Hello class. Last week we talked about mixtures. So let's refresh our memory. What are the two types of mixtures we studied last week? Very well. We talked about two types. The first one, a homogeneous mixture, and the second one, the heterogeneous mixture. Now, who can tell me the difference between them? Exactly. The heterogeneous mixture is a mixture where the particles can be distinguished with the naked eye. We can see the different particles. The homogeneous mixture is a mixture where the particles are indistinguishable to the naked eye. We cannot see the particles anymore. Now, let's have some examples. I have here a glass of wine. Would this be a homogeneous or a heterogeneous mixture between water and alcohol? It is a homogeneous mixture, of course, because I cannot see the alcohol in the water anymore. Now, another example. I have some freshly squeezed orange juice. Heterogeneous, because I can still see particles of orange floating in my juice. Delicious in the morning, but heterogeneous. Here I have vinaigrette, which is a mixture of water and oil, and in this case some herbs floating in it. Heterogeneous, of course. I can still see the oil as bubbles in the water, and I can, of course, in this case, see the herbs floating in it. So, heterogeneous. 2 weeks ago, I was third in a race, and I received a bronze medal. But would this be homogeneous or heterogeneous? Exactly, homogeneous. I cannot see the particles that constitute bronze as separate elements, so homogeneous. And last but not least, the air that we breathe. That is, of course, a homogeneous mixture. I cannot distinguish the carbon dioxide and the oxygen between each other. So, who can give me the definition of a mixture? We speak about mixtures when we have two or more materials or substances mixed together. You see the link? A mixture when we mix substances. The verb to mix, mixing. We mix substances together, but they do not chemically combine. That means they retain their original properties. And as a consequence, they can be separated by physical means. That is exactly what we are going to study today. How can we separate mixtures? How can we take the combining elements and separate them into separate compounds? Now, let's do a brainstorm. We take 2 minutes. You have a whiteboard and your pencil, and you will work per 2. You will write down all the examples of separation techniques you may know. Now, it can be that you don't remember or you don't know the right and the correct word in English. That is perfectly okay. Just write the word down in Dutch. But try to explain to each other what your technique is about in English. So let's hear. What did you find? Good. Here I have a summary of all the techniques you mentioned. The first one will be the filtration. Then we will talk about centrifugation, about distillation, about crystallization. We will talk in the second lesson about magnetism, decantation, extraction, evaporation, and chromatography.